All right. Good morning, guys. Trust you're all doing great. Yeah, we thank God for life. It's another beautiful day to learn again at KodeCamp 2.0. So today we'll be discussing web analytics. And it's going to be an educative session again with you. So before I proceed with today's topic, I would like to ask a few questions or maybe my observations based on the assignments I gave to you guys. So I noticed most of you didn't understand the question clearly, so I will have to talk a bit about it. So the second question, I said in 150 words, you should tell me what your business is all about. You should write a business statement. So I was not expecting a long description of what you do or the vision or mission of your business, but rather a short description of what I'm likely to experience when I contact your business. But notwithstanding, we'll look into that later and we'll clear it out, okay? So today we are going to be talking about website analytics, web analytics. Remember, part of your project is to develop a website and apply some digital marketing strategies to it. So I hope you're getting ready for that. You all are going to develop your own website. I know I will still walk you through the process one more time before the project proper. Okay, so just get ready. You'll be needing your hosting and your domain, and you'll contact Codehouse for that. Okay, so if you're ready for today's session, please, can you tell me in the comment box so we'll get started immediately? If you are ready for today's session, please tell me in the comment section so that we'll get started immediately. We have less than an hour, an hour 15 minutes to spend here. So let's make it productive. Please tell me, okay, Charles, my namesake. All right, Ogumola wrote, yeah, okay. All right, good morning, everyone. Yeah, Jane. Okay, so let's get started. All right, so I know a lot of you have heard about page views. You've heard about unique page views, visitors or returning visitors and the likes. You get, so maybe you haven't heard them because you don't own a website yet, or maybe you've heard few of your friends say something about it, or you must have come across an article online that talks about page view, unique page views, and the rest. Well, today I'm going to break it down for you. Everything you need to know about web analytics, I am going to tell you in this session. Yeah, you're going to learn that in this session. Okay, so it is extremely important that you keep track of everything that is happening on your website, because it helps the decision-making process. It helps you decide on what to do, what to scrap, and what to, improve on. Like I told you guys, in the digital space, you must be intentional. Everything you're doing online or you want to do online must be properly structured. Okay, you don't just wake up and decide to take your business online without any strategy. That is the reason why even at the end of most topics, in fact, the topics we've been discussing so far still hits down to analytics, still hits down to feedback, still hits down to reading data. So it is very, very important you understand this. And part of the ways you can even earn as a digital marketer is even to become a web analyst. All right. Most companies, let's take for instance, a medical doctor. A medical doctor has its own niche, has its own, area of expertise and industry. You wouldn't be expecting a medical doctor at the end of the day to go back to his website to start looking at these figures and the structures and the charts over there. That is why they still employ people to do this. And if you can build yourself well, develop yourself well to understand everything I've been teaching you so far, at the end of the day, you will get a remote job. You're ready for international job offers and even local job offers. All right. And you just earn from the comfort of your home. So if you've not been following this class or you've been going on and off, please try as much as you can to stay true, or go back to YouTube, download the videos and watch. Okay. So these are very, very important information which you need to know And we'll be talking about 4 aspects of web analytics today. First of all, I'm going to tell you why it is important, but what web analytics really means and why it is important. I'll walk you through some web analytics examples. We'll talk about some web analytics best practices, then web analytics tools, then we'll wrap up. Okay? So guys, get your pen and paper handy, take screenshots where necessary, and pay close attention. All right? Let no one distract you. Let no one disturb you. Okay? Are you ready? Are you ready, guys? If you are, tell me, are you ready? Are you ready? Let's talk web analytics and its importance. If you're ready for it, tell me there, let me see it. So we'll get started immediately. Sir. Okay, all right. All right. So let's go. Now, what is web analytics and what are the importance? I remember back then in school, when we are being asked to define accounting, you say it is the act of, collecting this, collecting that, and the definitions we give them in school. So the first day I came across when I started learning web analytics and I had to seek the definition and everything, it just reminded me of my school days where we were learning accounting. You get? So now web analytics is simply the collection, reporting, and analysis of data generated by who? The users visiting and interacting with the website. That is why the name, just as the name implies, website. Web means website. Get it? So that is just as the name implies, web analytics. So the act of collecting those informations or data, reporting those informations, and analyzing those data is just the act of analysis, website analysis. So there's certain reasons why we do these things. All right. There are certain reasons why we do these things. It helps you to know if your business objectives have been met. All right. It helps you to understand how people interact with your business. So it even gives you an overall look on what or how your business is performing in the digital space, especially your website. You can be able to track bounce rates. You can be able to, take note of the traffic sources. You will be able to know how much time someone spends on your website. And you'll be able to know those that are returning, visiting your website over and over and over again. So without a tool like this, a web analytics tool, you won't be able to discover this. You won't be able to know how your website is performing from the back. You won't be able to know how people interact with your business. You won't even be able to tell if your website is performing well, what is the speed like, how easy or difficult it is for people to navigate your website and the rest. But having this understanding of the figures and the charts you see at your dashboard or the back end of your website helps you make decisions, okay? So let me give you a simple example. So you might just start by focusing on, the bounce rates. Okay, so bounce rates, I'm going to talk about it in depth as we proceed. So the goal here is for you to know, how much time people spend on your website. And it's one of the strategies in marketing, and it also helps you to rank higher on Google when Google observes that people spend more time on your website. So it simply means that the content on your website is valuable. So because it is valuable, people spend time there, people share your posts, people interact with your website. So it also helps your online visibility on the Google space. So what happens here? Even if you start by focusing on how much time people spend on your website, it's a good way to tell if there is something you're doing right or not, or something you have to improve on. Okay, so by the time you understand this and how it works, you will be able to know what strategy can give you the desired result. Like I told you, on the digital space, you must be intentional. You don't wake up and go online. I want to take my business online, and you just go, yeah, we're not starting a new business.
What is it?
Hello, please mute yourself, please. So we know starting a new business can be exciting, like you feel that joy and happiness in you. And before you know what is happening, you've created a Facebook account, you've created a YouTube, you've contacted someone to develop a website, you've done everything you have to do because you want to take your business online. But you must plan, you must set your objectives, you must set your goals, you must be intentional. All right. By so doing, you now define what you want so that when you now keep track or when you take track of the things happening on your website, you would know what is working fine and what is not working fine. So whatever it is that is giving you the more traffic or the desired traffic, you do more of that. Whatever it is that is not working as you planned or as it has been structured, then you have to retweak. You have to look into it, discuss with your management or discuss with your team and find a better option. Okay, so what are the examples or what are the importance? It's very, very easy. All right, this helps you understand your visitors and it is important. Remember, your website is your digital space, it's your digital office, it's your digital address. Okay, if someone cannot come down to your physical shop to interact with your business or do business with you, the next place or the easiest place they can go to, even while you are asleep, is your website. So understanding how people react on your website or the movements or the flow on your website is a good way to help you know how to run your online business. Remember, the strategies you be applying online can be quite different from what you're doing offline. So that is to say, for you to take your business online, there should be an online marketing strategy. For your business to run successfully offline too, there should be an offline marketing strategy. And at the same time, there are strategies you apply offline to help your business online. And there are things you do online to help your business offline. So however, or whatever means you want to apply, these two things are important. A typical way of your offline analytics can be the feedbacks you get from your customers when they come to your shop to do business with you, or when they buy from you and you seek feedbacks. Those are analytics too. It helps you keep track. It helps you know what is working and what is not. I remember getting some items from a friend, and she called to get my own opinion about the new packaging. So what happens? My feedback or my response to her will help her, maybe take the right decision for her offline business strategies, which can also help her online business sales and the rest. So you can see that analytics is a powerful tool, be it offline, the one you do when you get feedbacks and reviews, or online, the ones you do when you look through the analytics or the things happening in your website. So basically, we are talking about website today, not the social angle. In social media, like I told you in the previous classes, we do have insights. So the insight still gives you an idea of how people interact with your business. That is for each social media apps. But today, focusing on web analytics, everything we hit more on the website, how people interact with your website, the terminologies you should know and understand about web analytics, the meanings and how it helps your business. All right? Am I making sense? Are you grabbing? Are you grabbing? So one thing you need to understand here is that the web analytics helps shape your content and your SEO strategy. So let's say you go to the back end of your website and you observe that there is a particular post that is doing fine, that is performing well, that people, okay, just like the example you can see on the screen. So if you notice that when you put up content on how to, a lot of people interact more with that how-to content, like how to do this, how to do that, those kind of stuff. Because basically, that is what most people search for on the space. How to, maybe how to build a website with WordPress, maybe how to build a website without coding, maybe how to, whatever how to the person has been searching for. And you have articles relating to how to, and you see how traffic goes there, maybe how to tie the gele, how to sleep comfortably, how to, all those kind of content. By the time you put up those kind of things, a mixture of that and, the regular definitions and other things you have on your site, and you observe that people interact more with the how to, it means you have to, put more of such content, because that is what is giving you your traffic. But you wouldn't know this if you are not looking through the analytics of your website, or if you don't have a tool installed on your website that guides you, that helps you. Remember, as a digital marketer, you must be able to analyze data. You must be able to interpret data. The people you are working for, or even in your own business, needs those data. Your stakeholders needs those data to take decisions for your business. So whatever it is that works fine, you do more of that to help take your business to the next level. All right, you help take your business to the next level. So without the use of analytics, you won't know what is working fine. So like I told you here, by the time you observe that the how-to post is doing fine, then put more of such content, pass more of such information, and do the needful. All right, and do the needful. So if you come to realize that most of your audience still interact based on organic traffic, so let's say people visit your website organically. You go to your analytics, you notice that this content you have over there, there are so many people coming up to read and interact with that content. You just have to put more of that, focus more on organic. Like right now, when I say organic and paid reach or traffic, you already know what I mean. So if you notice that you get your audience coming through your website or to your business by the organic means, maybe because your content has been properly optimized, all right, or you are using the best kind of image that resonates with the content you've written, or you have a quality video and high quality engaging videos that gets people to want to listen, to know what your business is about, then whatever plan or whatever strategy you've applied has brought in those organic people to your business, you have to do more of that. Unlike when you pay. Remember I said, or I don't know if I said it here or maybe somewhere in the training center while I was teaching digital marketing. You see, it is good to run ads, yes. It is good to reach more people, yes. But your business should not rely solely on paid advertising. Try as much as you can to see how to bring people to your business organically. That is the reason why many company websites have blog. In their website, there is a section where they write educative content and articles so that it's SEO optimized to get people to come down to their business. That is the reason why they also put up posts on their social platform and still link you back to the website, because something must make people find your business. And that is the content you have in your website. So if you have the proper content, SEO optimized content, and you have educative and valuable content, then people will come to your business. And how will you know the contents that are doing fine without an analytics? It's not possible. So you must be able to interpret those data. You must have those tools that will help you break down and analyze those information for you so that you can do well and take your business to the next level. All right. So anyhow it is, whatever you've been able to interpret from the data, then you have to take the right measures. You have to track these measures. You have to track your progress. Okay, you have to do the needful. You have to follow suit to ensure that whatever that works fine is repeated continuously on your website. Meanwhile, there are times where, things just get out of place. Maybe just as we know, trends, maybe for a particular period of time, this kind of article has been trending, has been making wave. Then let's say after 3 months or 6 months or 1 year, nobody searches for something relating to that again, or it is not driving as much traffic as it has been driving. So what happens? You have to, find or, go through your analytics to know what it is that has also been bringing people there and do more of it. I'm going to share a screenshot with you of the back end of my website because I even had to go check it out. And I was even surprised with the, insight I saw there. All right. I will still take you through, walk you through and explain certain terms for you so you understand. Okay. So right now we are going to talk about some web analytics examples where I'm going to break it down to you to explain to you what page view means, what unique page view means, what sessions means, new visitors, returning visitors, traffic source, and bounce rate, and the rest. I'm going to explain to you what those things means in the next slide. So before I move into that, please, do you really understand what I've explained so far about the importance of web analytics and what web analytics truly means? If you know you understood what I've explained so far, please tell me in the comment section before we proceed to the next point. Okay. All right. All right. All right, guys. Okay. Thank you so much. So I feel that the pace is okay, right? Unlike other days, I'm not that fast and you could get me clearly, right? Okay. Okay. All right. So we'll go over to the next 7.2, to the next slide. Let's go over to 7.2. So, like I mentioned, I started with telling you about page views, unique page views, sessions, new visitors, returning visitors, traffic source, bounce rate. This might be a new word to some of you here. Most of you must have heard it before, or some are just hearing it for the first time ever. Or maybe you just joined and you were not here when I said it the first time and you're just seeing the screen. So I'm going to explain what they mean one after the other with easy to remember examples and easy to remember terms and definitions. All right. We are not here for an English class. We are not going into vocabularies. So the easiest word I can use to explain this to you what I have, or what I'm going to, is what I've used to prepare this slide, okay? Take a look at this. Take a look at this. This is just an overview of what Google Analytics look like. Yeah, before then, there are tools that you can use. There are tools that you can use to understand or to read this information on your website. We have Google Analytics. Google Analytics also have a mobile app. You can download the mobile app and you use the mobile app to get this information on how your website is performing. We also have HubSpot marketing analytics tool that can also help. We have Crazy Egg. Crazy Egg can also help. Crazy Egg helps you see, the heat map of how people are interacting with your website, how they move on your website. Like, you know what a heat map means, right? So you get all those information, but I'm going to talk about them. I'm going to talk about it intensely as we proceed. So it's just because of this screenshot that I have to, tell you guys about Google Analytics so that you understand what I'm doing here. So Google Analytics is just a tool by Google, owned by Google, that has been used to, give you this data, this information you can see here. On the Google Analytics tool, you'll be able to see page views. These are the terminologies that are used there. Yeah. In most analytics app or softwares, you see the same, almost the same tools as you can see here. Some of them are slightly different, but once you see it, you'll be able to relate with it, to know what it means or what it's talking about. Okay, so I'll tell you what a page view means, unique page view, sessions, and the rest. All right, so this is a typical example of how the Google Analytics app looks like. Sorry, the software on a desktop device now. All right, on a desktop device. Okay, if you look through here, you can see sessions, you can see users, you can see page views, you can see page/sessions, you can see average session duration, bounce rates, and new session. Okay, I will explain all this one after the other. But what I want you to understand here is that these tools are relevant. Sorry, these analytics or these terms are relevant, but not when you have not decided on your business goals, because you must have decided on what you want to achieve online so that you know the information you need from this data. Okay? So you know the information you need from this data. So what is page view? It's very, very simple. It is just the total number of times a page was viewed on your website, irrespective of how many times you reload that site. So let's say you visit KodeCamp, codehouse.com, and you are just going through the homepage to know more about Codehouse, Then after a while, you refresh the page again while you continue on that same page. The more you refresh the page, the more it is counting you as a new visitor. You get? So it's just the total number of times a page was viewed. So if you refresh 10 times, it counts it as 10 views. All right? It counts it as 10 views. All right? So even if you view one page, then you view a second page, like from the home page, you now go back to, maybe you go to the contact page. From the contact page, you return back to the home page. It keeps counting it as 2, 3, 4, just like that. Okay. So that is just what page view means. So let's say you want to keep track of, okay, how many times your page was viewed today, or in the last 6 months, or in the last 1 year, or in the last 1 week. You can just get those information. But trust me, to an extent, do you really need such information for a decision process? It depends on what your goal is, okay? It depends on what your goal is. But now there is a way it can be segmented. You can be able to differentiate to, tell exactly what you want, use exactly what you want, all right? So we can just get those information in the next one, where I'll talk about the unique page views. So one of the things you have to be conscious of here is that a page with a high number of views for a post isn't necessarily popular. Like I told you, once you refresh that page, it counts as a new view. Once you refresh that page, or you go to another page and come back, it counts as a new view. So depending on the kind of result you want to gain for your business, or the insights you are looking for, this might help, this might not help. So just take note of that, okay? So the next is the unique page views. Unique page views, all right? So here now, we'll now talk about sessions. We'll be considering sessions here. So unique page views are the total number of times a page was viewed by users in a single session. All right, so this just gives you an aggregate page views that are generated by the same person during a session. So it's just like if a person viewed the same page 2 times or more during an individual session, unique page would also count that page view once. So unlike, it is quite different and confusing from the first one, but these details or this data will only be relevant depending on what you want to achieve for the business. All right. So instead of trying to crack your head on what a page view and a unique page view means, just know that in a nutshell, it just gives you an insight. You get it? An estimate of the number of persons that are viewing your pages, or a particular page on your website. All right. So the third one now is the session. What does session means, and what does it actually, and how does it work? So these are just interactions. This is not just, this is not relating to the page views alone now, but down to the link or the button someone clicks on your website. So let's say you spend 10 minutes on my website. You've been going through different pages, clicking on buttons and, things like that. So it actually gives me that duration of how much time you spent there, and as well how those sessions are being calculated. Like Google Analytics actually calculates in 30 minutes. HubSpot Analytics does the same thing as well. So for every 30 minutes, it refreshes again. So let's take, for instance, you have been on the website and you spent some time on the website, and or maybe you logged onto my website to read an article, then you got distracted. Maybe your kid is crying, or your mom needs your attention, or your brother or your sister needs you to, fix something, and you have to rush out to go do those things. You get it? And maybe after 30 to 45 minutes, you come back and you just click on the button. You get it, still records as a session for you. Okay, the moment you click that button and interact, everything is still calculated under that session you spent on that website, or on that particular on the website. All right, so at the end of the day, it does not actually mean that you have so many views on that page, but it is just helping you understand that things, or how long someone spends there, the series of pages and clicks which they have engaged with in your website. And at the same time, it just gives you an overview of what or how that page is being interacted with. Okay, so if a user leaves your website and return within 30 minutes, Google Analytics will as well count it as one session, not two. Okay, so for now, this might not make any sense to you, or it might be a bit confusing to you. But trust me, by the time you get your website and you install the Google Analytics app or plugin in your website, you will be able to read this data, then you understand it, because this time it's not about theory. You are doing it in practical to get a clearer understanding of how it works and how it helps your business. All right, so Google Analytics is actually the popular web analytics tool out there. All right, there are so many of them. Some of them are even still used with extra plugins. But Google Analytics, both on your mobile app and on the desktop version, still gives you every information you need. All right, it still gives you every information you need. So as time goes by, when you go practical with this, you will get a clearer understanding on how it works, page views, unique page views, sessions, and the rest. Okay. So the next is visitors. You have new visitors. So just as the name implies, these are, some tools called unique visitors. Some will say new visitor session. It actually depends on the tool you are using, though. But what it simply means is the number of visitors to your website. Okay, number of visitors on your website. So, for a website that has been established or that has been in the digital space for quite some time, there are healthy flows like you see, and to be able to segment or differentiate between your new returning visitors and the new visitors. Okay, so we have the returning visitors, we have the new visitors. I'm going to talk about returning visitors so that we would know the difference. So new visitors are just the number of people that has visited your website or that is visiting your website. So, but there are two things you have to keep in mind here. A single visitor can have multiple sessions and page views on your website. Unique visitors are... Hello, can you hear me clearly? Okay. Yeah, CTA means call to actions, yes. Yeah, you are right. Okay, sorry. I was not conscious of the messages coming in. Call to action, yes, it means CTA, exactly, thank you. So can you guys hear me? I got a notification that my network was not stable. Please, let me confirm if you can hear me before I proceed. I got a notice that my network was not stable. Please let me get a notification, a message from you that you can hear me before I proceed. If you can hear me, notify me, please. Okay, all right, thank you so much. So the two things you should take note of are a single visitor can have multiple sessions and page views on your website. Unique visitors are not an entirely accurate metrics. So what it simply means is that you have, there is something called cookie. Yeah, like I said, most times when we visit a site, you usually see this cookie policy where you have to accept the cookie policy. So most analytics use that cookie policy to know how people are visiting and interacting the website. Sometimes the challenge is the cookie does not really differentiate between a new visitor and a returning visitor. It just counts everyone as visitors. So you should know that these informations are more like estimated values that can help you take some, business decisions. Okay, so let's take, for instance, now someone visits your website through their mobile phone, and later the person goes to his or her computer again to visit your website or to continue from the article which they have been reading. So let's say you're coming back from work, or maybe you are in the bus heading home and you visited a website, you liked the content you saw, you copied the link and you shared to maybe your tab, to your Google tab, or you shared it to maybe a group on WhatsApp. Then when you got home, you log on with your computer and you tap on that link again to continue reading that article. It doesn't see it as one person, like, okay, this is Mr. Charles still coming back to check my website. No, it sees it as a new visitor entirely. All right. So just know that these values, this information will just help for, just help you take some level of decisions for your business, not as if they are, the exact data or information you need to upscale or, make some decisions in your business. All right. So returning visitors. Returning visitors are now those visitors that has visited your website for the first time and is returning again over time, over and over and over and over again to, interact with your content. So it's not actually all analytics tools that include these metrics, but Google Analytics does. Yeah, I use Google Analytics. I also use Jetpack. I use Jetpack on the website. It's just a tool by WordPress too. And since except any one of you will still go back and learning coding and the rest. And since you are not the tech inclined ones, you're building this website for your own business. And maybe if you've understood how it works to an extent, also building for a client. So you can as well install Jetpack. I'm going to show you a little bit on Jetpack, how it works, how I use it on my website, how I'm able to use it to, take decisions or make decisions for my business, because it still gives me the insight I need, though not to compare with Google Analytics. So I still do Google Analytics, I still do Jetpack, all right? So it depends on your business goal. That is the reason why you must be intentional before you go to the digital space. So returning visitors are just visitors that are visiting your website again, that are coming back to, to interact with your website again, all right? So these metrics, you just have to, be able to look at these values. Like on my mobile phone, I have the WordPress app installed on my mobile phone. So it's one of the easiest way I know how my business, how my website is running. Okay, sometimes when I just hover my mouse to the screen and I see views and I see returning visitors. So when I see those two values, I focus more on the returning ones than the new ones coming. The new ones are always high. You might be seeing new reach of 1,000 plus, and you'll be seeing returning visitors or unique visitors at maybe 200 and something or 50 something or 80 something. So focus more on those unique ones, not the new ones, all right? Because the new ones, fine, they are there, they found your business. What happens? Did they just have that experience with your business for that day and leave, or did they return? So when they return, it knows they are getting, they are getting value from your content. That is why they are coming back, all right? So that is it about returning visitors. Then traffic source. Traffic source is simply the analytics that helps you understand the content that brings people to your website. All right, it helps you understand the not content per se, but the websites that refers people to your website, just like the website that are outlinked to your own website, or the platform where someone clicked on your link to visit your website. For instance, on my own, I can see traffic source from Google. Mainly it's from Google. I'm going to share the screenshot with you so you will see. Most of my own comes from Google. All right, most of mine comes from Google. So some comes from unknown sources. When I see unknown sources, I know it's as a result of the links I've added in so many ebooks I've been giving out. Okay, some ebooks have been given out. So when I see unknown sources, to an extent, I'll be able to track. Some comes from even the AMP. AMP is also like, some comes from the WordPress app. So most people that still read and interact with content through the WordPress app still clicks on the link to come over to my website. You get it? So traffic source actually explains or shows you or tells you where your visitors are coming from. All right, like HubSpot, like I've been talking about, HubSpot also have these analytic tracking categories. They have these tracking categories where they give you information on organic search. They tell you about the referrals, organic, organic social, email marketing, paid search, paid social, and direct traffic. Well, like I said when I started this session, your biggest focus should be on organic search, which is the traffic that comes from your non-paid search result in search engine like Google. So once you own a website, please try as much as you can to optimize your website. If you are writing a blog post or you'll be posting articles on your website, optimize your website properly. Optimize your website properly so you can get the desired result. It's a matter of time. These things begin to pay. Okay, this is a new month. Like I told you, for quite some time, I've not really done much I've not done anything for over 8 months to 1 year on my HS tutorial accounts and the rest. But because the content's there to an extent, you are optimized, and the value the students get from that platform, they keep visiting, and it keeps helping my AdSense. It keeps helping the AdSense. The money keeps just coming up on its own, growing on its own. So by the time you pay the price early, you do what you have to do, knowing fully well that in the long run, you are going to benefit from it, then definitely you will benefit from it. If you own a website, you're optimizing your website, don't think it's something you do today, tomorrow you start getting the result. Please take that off your chest. It doesn't happen that way. So when you own your website, try as much as you can to optimize especially the main things you want to be known for, the key contents you want to be writing on. They should be properly optimized by SEO titles, optimized by the pictures you use in the blog posts, even the videos and the keywords in your descriptions, like in the content itself. So if you're putting up an ebook to share on your website, that ebook should be optimized too. It should bear the title you want it to rank for. Haven't you searched on Google and you go over to ebook sessions and you're able to just download ebook directly from Google? It is because those ebooks has been properly optimized. That is to tell you that everything you do on the digital space must be properly optimized. That is why search engine is very, very important. Extremely important. Imagine an ebook that must be optimized, pictures that must be optimized, videos that must be optimized. Then the content itself must be properly optimized. You see, there are just so many things to do, but on the long run, it still pays. All right. So by the time you observe or you discover those contents that people engage with on your website that are organically there, like they organically find this content and read, guys, build more on such content. All right, build more on such content so that without spending much on advertising and the rest, you are getting the desired visibility you need for your business. And you can even monetize your website by applying for AdSense. All right, so I'm going to show you a screenshot of my own website. So you take a look. The screenshot was made as at it was made as a 22nd of March. That's the date you can see here. So let me just explain something to you here. Now, this is not Google Analytics. This is Jetpack. I told you I do Jetpack and I do Google Analytics. So take a look at this now. You can see the views here. We have 1,033 views. So it's more like these are the views I have for that day. And these were the visitors I had. So over 8,746 people are the returning visitors I had here. Okay, so let's say these people discovered my page. So if you subtract this figure from this one, it shows you the number of people that might be visiting my page for the first time, while these 746 have visited and are always coming back to visit, to get more content, to get more things from the website, because they found value. So whatever it is you are doing on the digital space and you are not giving value, it's just like pouring water on the stone. Once they have that one-time experience with you, they would leave. Once they have the one-time experience with you, they will leave. This is just my site, still growing. There are people that get over 10,000, 50,000, 1 million views in a day. Okay? But this is to show you that there is always, we always start from somewhere. I remember when I was not even getting 10 views in a day. I'm not even getting 20 views in a day. Get it? So there is always that start process. Don't ignore that process. And don't make that process make you feel like you are not on track or you are not doing the right thing. Okay, so this is just what it is. Now, something else again you should look at now is how I now observe and understand the analytics. So see what happens here. People searched for business ideas. In fact, look at search engine here. You can see 453 searches. This is from Google. 453 searches from Google. So people has gone on Google to type some certain keywords, and those things they have typed for, because I have something relating to that, or the title of that content has been properly optimized, Google shows them my page. Once they click and they spend time reading that content or even sharing to people, Google sees that content as a relevant content and shows more of that when someone searches for something similar. Now, if you come down here, you will see search terms. At search terms now, you can see some kind of terms people searched for, even the unknown searches, things that they search for to bring them down to the website. Now, take a look at this other part again, where we have the countries. Now, you can see we have the top country as India. Remember, I told you the digital space, takes your business everywhere. Like once you are there, you are online. People find you from anywhere they are in the world. Okay, so remember a young guy somewhere in Lagos that just built a website, putting up some level of some content on the site, and people from India is going through. Here in Nigerians, the Kenyans, Philippines, the Ghanaians, South Africans, US, Tanzania. If you click on view all, you continue to see them. So that is to tell you that whatever it is you are doing with your business and you are taking your business out there, you have to do more of that. So when I look at this analytics like this, I can be like, oh, from India, 734. What might be the reason? Is it that the Indians are trying to, look for some sources of business ideas, or they are trying to, or were they given a research to carry out in school, and they decided to make a research? One person might see HS tutorial, business idea sources, and the content is helpful, and they share on maybe their platforms or group chat, and everybody begins to click to view. So if you take a look at this now, you see that here, business idea sources, we have 765 views. We have 734 views here. So for those that view this content, 734 out of 765 came from India. That was just March last month, barely 2 or 3 weeks ago. So you can see the power of analytics. Now, it can help me sit back and write more of this content with different keywords, explaining different things, or even repurpose this content to expand it more and to throw more light in it. We now have ethics in purchasing, entrepreneurs, and this is, just like that. So because you have an analytics, it now helps you take some decisions in your business. When you look at referrals over here, you can see that the search engine referred over 450 people to my website, Google. So by the time you click on this drop down, there's a screenshot. I cannot click on these values. By the time you click on this drop down, you now see it specifically. Okay, Google sent this, maybe Bing sent this, because I even submitted my sitemap and I optimized everything for search engine. Maybe Bing has referred this set of people, Google does this set of people. Then the WordPress app, about 320 people. YouTube 5, Facebook 3. You can see 2 days ago, okay, last week Saturday, we had a session where I taught online visibility strategies. And I told them there that, you see, everybody, when they think of taking your business online, the next place we all think about is Facebook and Instagram and the rest. I told them, even before Facebook and Instagram, before you dwell on Facebook and Instagram, go and create a Google My Business profile. That was the reason I gave you guys that assignment, to tell what your business is. Give us a business statement in less than 150 words, because your description will never be more than 150 words. So by the time you create that, your Google My Business profile is the first thing I create for any business I want to launch online. Sorry. Now, Google My Business is called Google Business Profile. Okay. Google Business Profile. You need it. Google is now favoring local business. Google wants to favor local businesses. When we say local business, it means these businesses within your community around you, not more like the international businesses doing the whole exportation and the rest. Even if in your local business you do exportation, we are all seen as local business. Don't hear the word local business and you feel like someone is calling your business local. No, that's not what it means. Okay, that is not what it means. So one of the first strategies you should apply in your business, in your online visibility strategies, is to create a Google My, even before you go on Facebook, and you might not even do Facebook and Instagram. Focus on Google and you will get your desired result. Trust me, I am telling you this based on experience, over 7 years in the digital space. Facebook is only bringing 3 referrals, but it didn't stop my DMs and everything that are coming through. But I created it to have a platform there for those that are using Facebook. Google sends more of the traffic to my website. And in my website, they now get a direct chat to me. That is the reason why I say when you build your websites, make it easy for people to contact you. Let them just see your number and call you. That is what you want. Don't stress people trying to find out where your number is or how to connect with you. The moment they are able to search for something, Google recommend your website, they click, they come to you. Let them see a way to contact you. Let your navigation bars be easy for them to connect with you. It is very, very important. So you can see this for your own self. You can see it. This is a screenshot I took from my site. So that is to tell you that, these things can help you take decisions. It can help you decide on what to do next. It can help you decide on the next stage or the next thing, what to apply, what not to apply. Remember, like I told you earlier, when HS tutorial started, it was just for the purpose of serving my friends, my classmates, until the day I went to the back end, even on my YouTube back end, and I saw that right from time, the traffic has always been from India. Right from time, the traffic has always been from India, not even the Nigeria I came from, but has always been from India, right from day one, right from when I started looking into analytics. Then whenever exam is fast approaching, whenever it is the exam period in Nigeria, then Nigeria goes to the top. Students, it's only when it is time for exam we want to read harder. Then Nigeria comes to the top, India second. So it is always Nigeria, India, from the first day I started looking and observing analytics of the website. All right, so it is very, very important. The 7th one is the bounce rate. Bounce rate is just the percentage of visitors that leaves your website, okay, that leaves your website. Now, one thing you should know about bounce rate is there are some certain percentages we use in calculating this, but trust me, when you see your value above 70, it is considered that the bounce rate is high. What might make people leave your website? Maybe the load time, maybe they are not finding relevant content, maybe the links there are not clickable. Whatever it is, whatever may be the cause of that bounce rate, the idea is to help you see those details, that figure, and do the needful. Make adjustments, check your website, check that page, know why those challenges are there, and find a way to resolve it. Okay, nobody's website that doesn't have high bounce rates. Nobody. In fact, some people might just click your website, get distracted, and leave. Google records it as a bounce rate. The person did not spend time on your website. Some people might just visit your website when they start to read and
it's 11 o'clock.
Okay, when they start to read and it's as if they are not getting the exact value they needed or the reason why they visited your site, they will just go off. Google records it as a bounce rate. You get it? So in as much as those bounce rate might be on the high side, it does not mean your business is not also doing well, but it's just calling your attention to check it out and know what is actually happening. Why is this bounce rate high? This might now help you discover maybe the pages that might be affected. Maybe they have issues with load time, like I told you, or with external links not opening, or maybe they're not even opening in a new window, or, it depends. So let me scroll back to the first screenshot I sent to you. Sorry, the first screenshot I showed you. Take a look at this. This is Neil Patel. How many of you knows Neil Patel? Neil Patel is a digital marketer. In fact, my early days in digital marketing, I learned a lot from Neil Patel. I learned a lot from Neil Patel, even the Banklinko guy. I don't know if any of you knows him too. But look at the bounce rates. We have 74.46% bounce rate on his website. It does not mean he's not doing well. He's doing well. Now, Patel is a popular guy. If you even go on Google, before you type Neil Patel, you'll see him. He also has a keyword research tool that people use in searching and making research on keywords. You get it? So these values will just help you look through and make decisions, all right? And take some kind of decisions, make some kind of decisions to help your business scale, to help your business go through. So the overall thing here is that web analytics is extremely important. It helps you understand your website, how people interact with your website, what works fine and what doesn't work fine, so that you make adjustments and get the best for your business in the digital space. All right. So we are going to talk about web analytics best practices. But before then, if you have questions, please, you can drop it in the comment section, or if you need clarity on anything, please drop on the business session. Okay. Dying minutes. Please, does this bounce rate always happen whenever people visit your page and immediately turn off their data? I do that for long posts. Yeah, once you turn off your data, they can't read again. They can't feel your presence on that site at the moment. You can't be tracked at the moment because the connection between your mobile device and the site has been disconnected. So there is no connection existing between both. You get it? There is no connection existing between both. So it's more like it's more like there is no connection, so it can't track at the moment. But now when you come back again and turn on your data to move to the next page, it continues to track. It can also track you as a new visitor. Like I explained when I talked about returning visitor and page views and unique page views and the rest. Yeah, so that's just it. Okay, any other questions? All right. Okay, all right. All right, okay. So we are going to talk about web analytics best practices, all right? We are going to talk about web analytics best practices, and these are just things that helps you to collect, analyze, and report your web analytics data effectively, all right? So the web analytics best practices, we'll just look into a few of them. We'll look into a few of them about, let's say we'll look into about 4 to 5 of them. Okay, we'll look into 6 of them. Yeah, we'll look into 6 of them. I think I wrote 6. We'll look into 6 of them to help you get an insight on what it all looks like, what it actually means, and what you should do and what you should know. In fact, when you see this word here, best practices, it's more like these are the things you should know, you should be conscious of, and you should take into proper consideration in analyzing your website or looking through the analytics. They are extremely important. They are extremely important, all right? Let's see what we can cover in the next 45 minutes. They are extremely important, all right? So let's look into a few of them. The first one is pick only metrics that align with your business objectives, all right? Pick metrics that aligns with your business objectives. Okay, let me look through this. Is there supposed to be an amount of time you spend on a website before you leave? Because from the explanation, it seems spending a little amount of time is a bounce rate. Yeah, it is what it is. We can't help it. That is just what it is. But the thing is, what you should understand about bounce rate is this. Trust me, or I know you must have observed that when you visit most websites, they have long articles. The intention is for you to read and spend time reading that particular article, but not forgetting the focus of giving you the answer you need. That is the reason why if someone wants to write, okay, let me give you a typical example you can relate with. I wrote an article on my website on cashbook, 3-column cashbook. Now, there, even from the title, I wrote 1, 2, and 3-column cashbook. So anybody now that sees that article knows that in that article, they are going to learn 1-column cashbook, 2-column cashbook, 3-column cashbook. In fact, let me just go live and show you the website so that you will see it. All right, let it be more like a practical session here. so that we can just go live and you see what I'm talking about. Okay, this is actually the analytics from the website. So while the page is loading, let me explain to you. So what actually happens here is, okay, let's go down to library, financial accounting. Financial accounting. So let me explain to you. Now, this is financial accounting. If we scroll down to cash book, these are different topics I've written on accounting. Let's scroll down to cash book. I think that would be a proper, that would be the best. Yeah, this is it. Now, this is how to treat a contra entry. Okay, cash book accounting. Now, this you can see here is the featured image I use. This is the featured image I use. Now, this is the title 1, 2, 3 column cash book plus video guide. Okay, plus video guide. So let me open up this link now so that I would use it to explain what I'm about to say. So because I want the readers to visit this site and spend time, I had to write on 1 column cash book, 2 column cash book, and 3 column cash book. And because I have also made videos relating to this content, after explaining 1 column cash book, I placed the video on 1 column cash book there. After explaining 2 column cash book, I did the same thing. So look at it now. What is happening here? This is the video, right? This is the content. Now, I first of all wrote something that would help make them see value for what they're about to read. This cash book is a subsidiary book of entry and blah, 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 blah. So the next thing I did now is, first of all, to get them to subscribe to my YouTube, of course. Then what is a cash book? There are 3 types of cash book, single column cash book. Then I explained single column cash book and I added a video. So what happens? Because you need an information on cash book, it means when you come over to this side and you read and you see everything, here I now told you, watch this video on single column. Once you click here, you are watching this video on my site. You can see, you are watching this video from my site. You cannot leave this site to watch this video. So at this point, you are spending time on my website. At this point, you are spending time on my website, but you want to get the value for cash book, right? Now, when you now scroll again, you now see balancing the cash book. You continue to read, then go into 2 columns cash book. There's a summary, there's another video. You now click on this video. You see, before you know what is happening, you might spend close to 5 to 10 minutes on this site reading this article. The same thing happens to contra entry. By the time you scroll again, meanwhile, I'm still suggesting other content for you. By the time you scroll, you now come to 3 column cash book. You see all the things you are reading. You now see another video. We'll now talk on cash securities and other things you get. So the goal here is I want you to spend time on the website. And for you to spend time on the website, I will not just put trash on the site, but I have to give a quality content relating to what it is you are looking for that you want to learn. So that is exactly what most of us actually do here in the digital space. You get it? So most bloggers will put up this content. They will put up a very long content, but educative content that relates to exactly what you want to learn. So when you now talk about A, they are telling you why A, advantages of A, disadvantages of A, features of A, limitations of A, how A will make an impact in your life. How, by the time you see all those things, you just spend those time reading. Trust me, you will hardly see a blogger that has a short or a small content. If they do, maybe they will actually add a video to it in order to increase that time. Something else I also did on the site, again, on my website, is to add quizzes, CBT quiz. Also add CBT quiz. Let me show you one more time again. So I think with this, you'll get a clearer understanding on this. Now, I'll have, this is 320 financial accounting questions. See how I now splitted it 1 to 10. Okay, so by the time you now click to now read and learn more about this, what happens? It now shows you, okay, you now select the answer to the right question. Okay, when you scroll down, Uncle Charles transfer, blah, 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 you tick. Yeah, so this is actually the lowest I've done. I usually do 20. So that by the time you look through and begin to answer all this one by one, you spend at least 5 minutes on the website, or if not 10 minutes. Once you are done, you now click on submit. It now shows you your answer. Okay, you must answer everything correctly. It now shows you the answer, the right one and even the wrong one. So with this kind of strategies, it helps increase your page view. Okay, it helps increase the duration people spend on your website. People don't just visit your website and leave. You engage them because you already planned this content. Before you made that post, you've planned the features, the things you want to talk about in that post based on, remember the day I taught you guys keyword research. You see all those things people also search for. Bringing up those things, rephrasing it in such a way that you can use them to form other sections and subheadings on your website, and you write a good content. So most times, especially if you're using WordPress, it has been advised that you should write at least a minimum of 300 words for each of your blog posts. People write 1,500, 2,000, 5,000 words in the blog post, and there will be relevant information, including videos there. So these are some strategies you can use to increase the dwelling time people spend on your website. So with that, your website to be, seen by Google as a site that has more information, and people will get to, interact with your business. Yeah, interact well, and Google will just continue to favor you. Google does not know you by your name. Google does not know me by my name. It's not as if it is my uncle or my auntie that is there on Google, so that if my enemy searches, you will say, no, this person is Charles's enemy. Don't show the person's post. No, these are algorithm that works, you get? So once you do the right thing, your content will show up. But one thing you should also bear in mind is that in as much as you want to write an SEO optimized content, you should remember that you are not writing for Google, but you are writing for your audience. So when your audience now visit the website and they keep seeing keyword stuffing, you keep stuffing keywords in all your content, they might not come back. That is why most of them don't have returning views. But you can see from the analytics I showed you on my own, you can see the returning visitors, those that are still returning, coming back to read because they get value for what they want. It's not all about the keywords. If you want to use keywords, make sure you have it in your title, make sure you have it in your video, in your pictures, and whatever it is. Then a few in your headings and then in the text, but not stocking the keywords all over all your content and in every sentence on the website because you want Google to favor you. Your audience will not find pleasure in reading your content, so they might not come back again. All right, so Hill Famous, I don't know, is that clear enough? And with the explanation I gave with the website, I don't know, is it clear enough? Please tell me. Is it clear enough? Tell me. So we have less than 30 minutes. Let's see. Okay, yes, it is. Thank you very much. I'm glad I was able to do justice to that. All right, you're welcome. So as I was talking about the best practices. So let me come back to it again. This is 7.3. We are almost rounding up. We'll wrap up at 7.4. So web analytics best practices. It simply means the things you should take good note of. Best practices, things you should take good note of that can help you or that will help you scale through. Okay, that will help you scale through. Things that will help you scale through. Okay, Jeff. Things that will help you scale through. So pick metrics that aligns with your business objective. All right. Pick metrics that aligns with your business objective. All right. So if you read through, you see what I have here. All right. You see what I have here. So these things, just focus on what aligns, like what gives you the information you need to grow your business. The things that will help you get exactly what you want. Sometimes it is not the intention you have in mind of starting a business that you finally work with because you've come to understand what your audience needs and not what you think they want or they need. So things like that can actually alter a little bit of your objectives, but as long as it doesn't kick you out your purpose, then you just tweak it a bit in order to fit in with your audience because they are the ones you need to know more about your content and, give you their money. All right. So ensure you think about the priorities for your website. All right. Ensure you think about the priorities for your website and just work with what works best for you. All right. What do you exactly want for your website? Do you want your bounce rate to be lower, to be reduced? Do you want people to visit your website and spend more time? Yes, at some point, that was what I wanted. I started putting on CBT quizzes of 20 questions. And before you start the CBT quiz, to tell you, okay, this question will help you do this. With this, you will know this, you will achieve this. And you know what? At the end of the thing, just click on submit and it will show you the answer. If you want to get a copy of this in your email, just ensure you put in your email. You know, when someone now sees all this and like, oh, by the time I answer these questions, I am going to click submit. A copy of what I've just answered here will be sent to my email, which also shows me the right answer and the wrong answer. So what happens? For me, I have gotten the person's email, which I will use for email marketing. For the person, he or she is going to get value for the particular topic he wants to learn. For me as well, you are going to spend more time on my website and it's going to be favorable to me on the Google space. You can see how it is now. So because I want you to spend time, I fix it this way. And by the time you are done and it shows you the correct answer, I will also add a link. Okay, check out this post or click here to know more about this. Or why not buy this ebook for just 1,000 naira to help you understand more about this topic? Because it is intentional. So your business, you must have an intentional plan before you take it out to the digital space. Then trust me, you guys will all be digital marketers by the grace of God at the end of this training. You don't stop learning. Even as a digital marketer, as yesterday, I was still learning. I still took courses online yesterday and got certified too. So don't think after KodeCamp 2.0, you are now a digital marketer, you won't read again. No, things evolve. You continue making research. You still take some other extra courses to help you grow and know more about these things. All right. So are you looking for people? Are you trying to attract new visitors? Or do you want to retain the existing ones? So because you have looked through your analytics, you have been able to figure out how much returning visitors you want, and you come up with a strategy for them. If I need over 1,000 or 2,000 or 5,000 emails, now I can get it from the website. If I need it for email marketing, I can get it from the website. Because I've been able to provide something that will help them that will make them give me their email for an exchange of the valuable content I have for them. So it's all about value. All right. So when you understand this, it helps you to track your progress. It helps you to know if you are meeting your objectives. If you are meeting your objectives, fine. If you are not, you just be able to, look into what you are, your strategies and do the needful. The second one is to use data to drive decision making. Like I said, it is this data that you've collected that would help you, in some decisions you take for your business. Because I noticed that, okay, at some point I was having a high bounce rate. I want people to spend time. Then I started the CBT stuff. Even when I started the CBT stuff at first, I used to set timer, more like you must answer this question in 2 minutes. Then so I said to myself, oh, it means they will rush to answer these questions. And once they rush the question and they get the answer, then they leave, it's gone. Then I took off the timer. There is no timer. Any amount, if you want to spend 1 hour there answering all the questions, no problem. At the end, to show you the correct and the wrong answer, then you do the needful. So with that, I noticed that they spent more time on the site. They share the content to their friends, and it was helping me on the Google space. Okay, so by the time you get these values, this data, it helps you make the right decision for your business. Okay, now take notes. Number 3, don't limit your focus to traffic. That you are gaining high traffic doesn't necessarily mean success. Trust me. Do you just want to gain high traffic when you are not getting the money you desire? Or you are not getting them to even, spend time so that at least your AdSense revenue will increase? So whatever it is, decide the priority and know that getting a higher page view does not mean you are successful in the digital space. That is not what it means. Okay. What is your goal? What is your business goal? Now, let me give you a typical example. You have an Instagram account. You have 50,000 followers, but you still go broke and you beg for money. Let's even say you don't go broke, but you still even struggle to make sales, and you have 10,000 followers. I have 500 followers. And my goal is for them to visit my website, spend time on my website, interact with my contents, so that my Google AdSense will increase. And I'm able to achieve all this. Who do you think is doing well on the digital space? Is it you that have the whole followers and the whole comments and likes without giving you their money? Or me that sends people to my website, they get value for what they want, spend time, and at the end, Google pays me. You get it? So in as much as traffic, everybody wants traffic on their website, you now ask yourself, am I achieving the goal, the reason for this? If you are not, then you have to re-strategize, okay? I hope that explains it. So if you are not, you have to re-strategize. So don't limit your focus to traffic, okay? Don't limit your focus to traffic. Now, always pair your data with insights. Always pair your data with insight. Trust me, when you get this information, it does not really mean your page is doing well until you begin to compare, all right? Until you begin to compare. So if you are telling me that, oh, I got 1 million views and you got 400 new visitors this month, that does not really mean much until when you begin to compare your last month's increase or decrease with that of this month, or you begin to compare 6 months to that of 3 months ago, then you will be able to tell the difference and you know what needs to be done. All right? You know what needs to be done. So by the time you begin to analyze, you look through these things, it now helps you decide on the decisions to take for your business. It now helps you make that right decision for the business. It's not all about getting 1,000 views and new visitors, except you now begin to compare 3 months ago to 6 months ago to 1 week ago. Then if the returning visitors is an increase, then you are doing well. Then you now check, okay, yeah, the returning visitors are coming back. How favorable is it to on the Google search? Are they even buying the product or the item I want them to buy? Or, what is the purpose of setting up that website? Are you achieving it with these visitors and the rest? If you are not, it doesn't mean you're a failure. It means you have to re-strategize. That is the beautiful thing about digital marketing, unlike traditional marketing as we decided. So if you have posted a banner somewhere, you don't know how many people that viewed it. If you've shared a flyer, you don't know how many people that read it. Some even immediately you walk past them, they throw it away. But if it's on the digital space, you can always adjust. You can always tweak these things to give you the desired result. Okay, so try as much as you can to look through and apply these strategies. So the insights, the views, and the pairs, always pair these values to give you at least to make a decision for your business. Now, look at your data in context, all right? Look at your data in context. Remember I told you guys about the views I had then coming from India. Sometimes this might even be bots. Sometimes it might just be because of a particular thing happening at that point in time in that country or in that location, or maybe a particular trend on the social space, on the digital space that has caused that spike in traffic. So all you have to do at this point, I have this amount of views. Does it mean that something is happening over there in India at this moment? Or maybe the students are writing their projects. Or maybe it is exam. Like usually, I know once it is exam period in Nigeria, it's just because the strike is ongoing. So it's as if the view from Nigerian part is reducing. Once it is exams in different parts of the world, when I go back and look at the site, I just smile. I know something is happening over there. So I wouldn't have known all this without looking through the analytics. So when you look at this data, also try to be sensitive enough to, okay, why is this happening like this? Oh, I guess these students are currently preparing for exams. Or there's something that is on trend now that has caused this traffic to the site. You get it? So by the time you look at things this way, it helps you, understand your insights very well. It helps you properly analyze these things very well. It helps you know why some things are happening. It even helps you know if it is robots that are doing all this, that has been, you try to look through the security measures on your website to be sure that your site has not been compromised or hacked into. So analytics really helps, okay? It really helps. It helps your decision-making processes. It helps your company decide on, the goals, the things you want to achieve to grow that business. So these values, this data are extremely important, all right? We are wrapping up in 30 minutes. So number 6, share and ask for feedback from your stakeholders. It is extremely important as an analyst. As an analyst, don't mind the pronunciation there. I had to stretch it a bit, bear with me. As an analyst, your duty is to provide information to help the business or the stakeholders for decision making. All right? So at some point, ask for their feedback, know what they want, so that you know the kind of strategy to apply in marketing or the kind of analytics to focus on. Because when they give you a feedback of what they want, then you are able to plan your marketing well, or you're able to look into the insights, going directly to the particular value you want to get the details of what you want. So it is extremely important that you seek for feedback from whoever it is that is paying you to do that job, or if you are running it as your own business, then what do you want to achieve? Look through and be sure to, and be sure that you are getting the desired result. If you are not, do the needful. Retweak. If you cannot handle all this alone, that is why you have to hire someone to do it. Those that don't have the time, there are so many that are engaged with other activities. The best thing they do is just to hire someone to help them look through all the stress for them while they relax and face other things for their business. Okay, so before we go to 7.4 web analytics tools, where I'm going to explain to you about Google Analytics, hotspot marketing analytics, and Crazy Egg. The name sounds funny, Crazy Egg. So before we look into that, please, if you have any question, ask me. We are rounding up now. This is, we're going to 7.4. We have less than 30 minutes to go. So if you have any questions so far, please ask me. If the session has been, if you're gaining value already, please tell me. If I'm too fast or I'm too slow, please tell me. Whatever it is, just tell me in the comment section before we proceed to the last slide here. 7.4 Web Analytics Tool. Here I will help you understand these tools and how they work and how you can apply it for your business. Okay, please, I don't understand 4. Okay, all right. Who else has a question again? I don't understand 4. Let me go back to 4. What do we have at 4? Today's topic is the best for me. Wow, nice. It's extremely important. Like, I took my time to, curate these topics in such a way that it will help you. Yeah, it will help you and guide you. All right, okay, let me go back to 4. Always pair data with insights. Okay, what exactly is confusing here? What is it you don't get right? So, but let me put it this way. So when you go through your analytics and you get, you see the value. So let's take, for instance, now, today, let's take, for instance, 6 months ago, or let's say in January, let's not go too far. This is March, right? This is April. So in January, you look through your analytics and you observe that 500 people visited your website, all right? And amongst that 500 people that visited your website, 400 of them are returning customers, people that visited the first time and are also returning to continue to read more from your content or interact with your content. Now, what happens? 500 people visited in January, while 400 are returning, right? Now, we now check in March. This is April. So you now check in March. And when you check in March, you now observe that 1,000 persons visited your website. Okay, 1,000 persons visited your website, but only 100 of them are returning customers. Now, what does it mean? Remember, in January, 500 visited, 400 were returning people because they got value, they love your content, and they came back for it. But now in March, you have more views, 1,000. But amongst that 1,000, it is only 100 that came back, 100 that they returned. It means you get more acquisitions, you have increase in new customers, all right, in new audience, but the returning audience are reducing drastically. So for me, this information means that I need to work on a strategy to retain my audience so that once new people come to my business, there is a strategy I also have to make them come back again. Once new people visit my website, there is a strategy I will have to bring them back again. You are only able to take this decision because you have looked through your analytics that in January, you got 500 visitors, 400 were new. In March, you got 1,000 visitors, only 100 were returning visitors. So it means you get more people coming to your website, but you are not retaining them or giving them or telling them something that will make them come back again. So with this insight, you now know what to do. You'll now begin to plan on your retention strategy. Remember in the first session, Introduction to Digital Marketing, when I taught you guys about the AIDA model, where we have awareness, interest, desire, and action. And I told you guys that we also have R, which is for retention. There should be a retention strategy, a strategy you use in retaining your customers to yourself or to your business so that they always come back to do business with you. Okay, it is extremely important. All right. Now, the same thing applies to, I remember I said something like that in the last session where we discussed content marketing strategies. When I showed you the workflow, the chat flow again, I said retention is extremely important. And for you to retain your clients, you must have gotten an insight on how the business is doing for you to be able to retain the clients. All right. So I believe this scenario would be able to explain this. So please tell me if this scenario was clear enough so I would know. Okay. So tell me if today's Mary Olagunju, yeah, sorry for the pronunciation, please. Mary, please tell me if you understood what I just explained now. Okay, oh, I'm so happy you did. Thank you so much. All right, Stella, today's topic is the best. Wow, thank you so much. Alawale, I'm feeling you, boss. Thank you, Henrietta. Thank you, Mr. Charles. You always deliver. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so does Google pay website if visitors waste? Okay, your choice of words, not waste actually, just say spend more time on it. Okay, now Google pays, see how it does, all right? Not like Google pays you directly, but it helps Google see your site as a relevant site, a site that has content. So it shows more of your content. That is to say, it always brings you at least at the first page of Google, because people spending more time on your website means you have valuable content there. And Google only shows valuable content to their audience because they believe they came to Google out of trust. So Google must show them where they will get what they want. You get it? So it helps you rank, bring your site at least to the first page of Google. Now, with other marketing strategies you'll be applying for your business, you'll now decide, oh, these people come to my site, they spend more time. So how do I sell something to them? How do I get money from them? So let's say you don't want to sell or you don't sell any product or you write for entertainment, then you must have applied for Google AdSense. So which means Google will be showing ad on your website. Now from that ad that Google is showing from your website, they pay you for it. All right, they pay you for it. So great. I don't know if you understand what I just explained. Now let me go to my website and explain something to you again. Now, when you come to HS tutorial, you can see this thing here. This is Google Ads. So once someone clicks on it to go over to InMotion to do whatever they want to do, Google pays me some amount of money. Now, anybody that visits your website will see an ad relating to what the person has been searching on the digital space. That is where remarketing comes in now, retargeting. Remember I told you guys, when you go to Jumia and you visit and you see something, any other place you go, you continue to see that ad. If you visit another website, you will see that ad, okay? So it means that for me to see this, it means InMotion cookied me when I visit their website. And because I am now on a website that has Google AdSense and InMotion is currently running a Google Ads, it now shows me that ad. So anybody that visits your website now sees an ad relevant to what they have been searching for on the internet, so that they are likely to click on it. Now, when they click, what happens? They leave your website. So Google is paying you for taking your audience out of your website. Okay, if you look at this again, this is another one again. Now, this is actually my affiliate link with Namecheap. When you click on this and you go on Namecheap and you buy a domain or you buy a package with them, I get a particular amount of money in return. Now, when you look at this, this is Google Ads again. When you click on this, you leave my website. Google pays me for that. This is another Google Ads again. You get it? You see how it works? So that is just it. So even if you are not selling anything, but you just provide content, the more you provide quality content, the more time people spend on your website, the more Google shows more of your website. And if your website now has AdSense, Google also pays you directly for that. So the goal is to provide value. If you have a product to sell, you can sell your product. Then if you have Google AdSense, it is also good. You will earn from it. All right. So Charles, okay, who asked the question? I hope I've answered it. Okay. So yeah, Charles, you asked the question. I believe I've answered it. Great. Okay, sir, please, could we get to this slide? Okay, Charles, you get it right? Yeah, thank you so much. To this slide. Do you guys want today's slide? Yeah, tell me if you want it, so I would know if you want it. Tell me if you want it, so I would know you want the slide. So I only give on request. All right, no problem. Oh, really? Okay, Chama does not need it. Thank you. So please, Chama, don't download the slide. Okay, all right, guys. So thanks. Let's proceed. All right, let's proceed. So I hope I have I've answered question number 2. Chema, don't download the slide. Once you see the link, don't download. Okay, so that is it about 4. I think the question was relating to number 4, right? Yeah, always pair data with insights. And yeah. So any other question before we move to the last slide? We have less than 30 minutes, so we'll call it a day. Yeah, any other question? Okay. Yes, okay. We didn't get the last one, sir. I didn't see it through. The last one, which one? Okay, this slide. Okay, I shared it with Mr. IK. Maybe he's going to drop it again. I shared it with Mr. IK. He's going to drop it again with us. Yeah, he will. Okay, let's proceed, guys. Let's proceed. Okay, we have, this is 11:38, 40. We have less than 10 minutes. Okay, so I already explained all this, all right? So try as much as you can to understand this. Now, web analytics tools. Web analytics tools simply means those tools you can use to measure your success, those tools you can use to look through your analytics, all right? So the 3 basic tools we'll be talking about, I'll just give you a brief description of what they do, how you can use it. Already throughout, we've been talking about Google Analytics. The reason why I focused on Google Analytics is because I use Google Analytics. I have the mobile app installed in my phone, all right? I use Google Analytics, so I know like I told you guys from the beginning, everything I will teach you or I'll be telling you as something I've already experienced, something I know, something I've tried, okay? So Google Analytics is very, very good, and it is free. It is free. HubSpot marketing analytics and dashboard software, it's very, very good as well, and it is free. Crazy Egg, I've not used Crazy Egg. I don't know if it is free. I can't really tell, but I know Crazy Egg is also a good one. I will show you the screenshot so that you see what these things looks like, okay? They are all good as well. Okay, Kemi, Mr. Charles, can you please teach us how to find low competition and high long tail words on Google Rank? Okay, I've taken note of your question. So hopefully in the next class, I will look into it. Maybe we'll start with a question. All right, but we've done Google search, though I know I didn't go in depth in that explanation, but let's see how it goes. So I've taken note of your question, all right? So I won't answer the question now because of the limited time we have. We have just 10 minutes left. So I won't answer that question today, but I've taken note, all right, Kemi, please. I've taken note of the question. So the web analytics tools, as I was saying, Google Analytics, HubSpot, and HubSpot, sorry, not hotspot. HubSpot's marketing analytics. Okay, all right. And Crazy Egg and Crazy Egg. So this is what Google Analytics looks like. Sorry, the screenshot is a bit blur, but if you download Google Analytics, you would see it, okay? This is what the dashboard looks like. Everything I've been explaining to you guys since has been relating to Google Analytics, okay? So you can always try it out later. So what Google Analytics does, we've already said it. You can track your page views, your unique page views. You can look at the bounce rates. You can see the traffic channel, user retention, and a lot. You can even see these things either by country, by device. Like if you want to search or you want to get an insight of those that are visiting your website with their laptop, you will see that. Those that uses their mobile device, that is always the greatest. You will see that. You get it? Those that uses a tab to visit your website, you will see that. And if you understand analytics very well, you can go back and run your Facebook ad to target those that are using iPhone. If possible, iPhone 10 or iPhone XL or iPhone, whatever, how they rank, call those things. You get? So with this now, because you understand analytics very well, your marketing will be intentional. Your marketing will be laser focused because you already know what you want to achieve. And you've looked through analytics. You see, those charts, some people, when they see charts like this, where do I start from? That is why analysts are paid well. Analysts are paid well. They are, please use writing, Isaac, watch your screen. So that is why analysts are really paid well. All right, nothing good comes easy. You just need to start, okay? Mark Zuckerberg will say, ideas don't come out fully formed. All right, you only have to get started. All right, as you work on it, it gets clearer. As you work, it gets clearer. As you work, it gets clearer. So if you want to become a digital marketer, be open to learning, be open to practicing, be open to making mistakes, be open to, in fact, be teachable. That summarizes it all. If you want to be a good digital marketer, be teachable. When I teach, I listen to my audience. When I teach, I also listen to people. When I go to seminars, I even attend seminars and also listen and learn from other people too. All right? So whenever you stop learning, as it says, you won't know any other thing. So this is HubSpot's marketing analytics. This is what it looks like. I've not used HubSpot. Yeah, I've not used it. All right, so I wouldn't know much about it. I haven't used it, but I know I've once carried out a research on HubSpot, but that is not what I use. I use Google Analytics and my Jetpack, the one in WordPress. Okay, so, but with HubSpot is cool as well. With HubSpot, it's also a free marketing device. Analysis, yeah, it's also a free platform. You can use it for, to look into your analytics, to look through your dashboards. And the sweet thing with HubSpot, I think, from the research I carried out, is that just like you can see in the first paragraph, okay, you can perform, a lot of series of marketing tasks like viewing and getting information about your website, landing page, emails, blog, social media accounts. Like you can link all these things and see them in one dashboard. All right. So you can check it out. Just Google HubSpot marketing analytics and look through. If you are comfortable, you think you want to try that, it is fine. All right. HubSpot is a good one too. Mr. Charles, you didn't show us the Google feedback form again. All these search traffics, are they durable? Google feedback form, I don't get. Which one, please? Please tell me more about the Google feedback form. I can't remember saying anything about Google feedback. All these search traffics, are they durable? When you say durable, how? What do you mean by durable? Please throw more light on your question so I would know how to answer, okay? While you are typing, let me also explain the last one. Then we have a Crazy Egg. Crazy Egg is a very, very good one. Crazy Egg is a nice one as well. So just drop your questions. I'll look through in the next 2 minutes. Crazy Egg is a good one as well. So what Crazy Egg does is unique. Like Crazy Egg is unique. I've not used it. I've carried out a research. I've heard about it, and it is actually a unique one. So, with Crazy Egg, you'll be able to watch what visitors are hovering. Like imagine you're on a website. You know what Heatmap does now? Heatmap is more like, have you ever seen most of these action movies, like the Commando movies and the rest, where they try, they view, they are looking through, they are looking inside a house with a device, and they're able to tell how people move around. Though you don't see them clearly, you see them like in this film format, this negative film format that shows a black background, and you see the objects moving, like this Terminator stuff. I don't know how to explain it. So heat map just makes you see what is happening inside a building now, for instance, what is happening inside a building, all the movements that are going on, everything that are happening inside there, without really seeing the faces, but at least you could tell where they are going to or where they're moving around. So Crazy Egg has that kind of feature whereby you see live how many people are on your website, the button they are clicking on, the pages they are visiting, how the person moves and interacts with your website. So with that, you are able to tell some kind of, how people actually interact with your website. It helps you see how they scroll through the pages. Like, it gives you a visual report of what is happening. It's just like you sit down and you are observing what is happening at the bus stop. You see how people rush into the bus. You see how people come down. You see how people are buying pure water or buying sachet water. You see how people are talking to the conductor. You see friends that meet. And, when you see all those things visually with your eye, Crazy Map does something like that now. It helps you see everything and people as they're interacting with your website. So it's actually a cool one. I've not used it. I don't even know if it is free. I don't think I was able to figure that out. I don't know if it is free, but guys, you are open to learning. You can also try it out, okay? So in conclusion, whether you're a small business, e-commerce site, or an enterprise company, web analytics can help you grow your company. Trust me. It can help you grow your company. Take note of this. You need it. So by collecting those reports and analyzing those data, your website can improve. You can improve your user experience. You can meet larger business objectives. Like what? Increasing sales. Whatever your business objective is, analytics, just like feedbacks, helps you take those decisions. It helps you take those decisions. So it is extremely important, okay? By durable, I mean time limits. Okay, all these search traffics. Okay. Time limits, no, not really. They don't. Sometimes when you search for something on Google, you see the estimated time Google used to bring out some results. It's just a way of letting you know how fast their own websites loads and the rest. Okay, so time limit does not really matter, but it is good your time load fast, because imagine trying to visit a website that stays for a very long time to load. I mean, you just leave it and go to somewhere else to search for the information you want to. Okay, so that is just it. So yeah, that is it. So okay, the day you taught us how to, okay, Google reviews. Okay. Please, let me just take note of it. That one, for you to actually understand Google reviews, I will need to show you live, okay? Just as I did while I was explaining those website stuff, I'll need to show you live. So please, Ms. Stella, bear with me, we'll do that. Mr. Charles, can you also recommend more sites like Ubersuggest that we can use to perform keyword research? I know you mentioned Ubersuggest, but we are only allowed to perform 3 search minimum. Yeah, for Ubersuggest, unless you go premium. So you can do keyword planner, yes, can help you. Do you know any site that can do keyword research for free? The truth is, most of these platforms, they're offering services, and the way it is in the world, people would like to try you out first before they now go premium. So they actually give out some free things. Then if you want more, you go premium, okay? So I remember I did some kind of, okay, don't worry. I'm going to make more research to find more platforms and I share with you. So there are 3 answers I'm going to give you guys next week, okay? Sorry, today is Tuesday now. On Friday, by God's grace, there are 3 things I will reply to. So because of time, we have limited time. It is 11:50. I'm supposed to have ended the class. So every other question, I'll try to be active with you guys on the Slack platform. Please bear with me. I sincerely apologize, okay? So guys, this is it for today. That is it for today. I hope you all got value. I hope you got value. And I'm so happy you guys are happy. Yeah, I'm so happy you guys are happy. I'm so happy you guys are, in fact, I'm proud of the people I'll be seeing in the next 2 months. I know you guys will do wonders. And by the grace of God, you will do wonders. So don't lose hope, okay? Whatever it is you are doing, just keep doing it. Keep pushing, all right? Don't relent. Don't lose hope. Don't leave what you are doing currently for what you are still learning until you've been able to master that to an extent where it fetches you money before you can leave whatever job you are doing now to go for something else, okay? All right, guys. So thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate. And as well, I will always thank Code House for organizing this code camp and, you know, building up the skill economy. So thank you and do have a blessed day. Mr. IK, over to you, sir. All right, you're welcome, guys. Okay, while we wait for Mr. Ike to come on. Okay, Mr. Ike, are you there? So thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Okay, while we are waiting for Mr. Ike, maybe he will identify where he comes. Can we create Google Meet?
Yeah, I think I'm
okay. Of course, you can, Oluwafemi. Yeah, you can. You can. But I'll look through, I think I will just look through your assignments one more time. And in fact, I'll relate to you guys in the workspace, okay? I will do that. Okay, Mr. Ike, I'm done, please.
okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Charles. So, guys, if you have any questions, just take it to the Slack channel, and your trainer will actually do justice to that. So